Hello everyone, today I will present my article summary review about teaching and learning English speaking skills. In this presentation, I will discuss several articles that focus on improving EFL students' speaking skills through different approaches such as technology, classroom strategies, AI, and learner factors. Okay, first I will give an overview of the 10 articles that I have reviewed. This article discusses different perspectives related to English speaking skills. Some articles focus on technologies such as TikTok and AI platforms. Others discuss classroom strategies, teacher practice, communication barriers, and student participation. Although they have different topics, all articles share the same main focus, which is finding effective ways to improve English speaking ability among EFL learners. Zaitun, Hadi, and Indrani in 2021. Okay, for the first is content. The content in this article is the study investigates the use of TikTok as a learning tool to improve EFL students' speaking skills through storytelling video, peer feedback, and online speaking practice. And the benefit is increases students' motivation and confidence, reduces anxiety, encourages creativity, and provides a familiar platform for learning. And the strength is innovative use of social media for learning and shows improvement in speaking performance. And the last is the weakness. The study is limited to a single school with a small sample size. So, from this article, we can understand that TikTok is not only used for entertainment, but it can also become a learning medium. By creating speaking videos, student gets more opportunities to practice English outside the classroom. The reason why TikTok can be effective because students feel more comfortable using a platform that they already know. However, the result of this study should be considered carefully because the participants were limited, so it might not represent all EFL students. And the second article is exploring differences in Spanish and English speaking present experience, writing by Mercado Ana Zegesti et al. In 2024. Okay, from the first is the content. The study compares communication experience between Spanish-speaking and English-speaking parents and focuses on the influence of language and cultural backgrounds. And the benefit is raises awareness about language barriers and supports inclusive communications. And the strength is provides insight into linguistic diversity and communication inequalities. And the last is the weakness of this article. This study is limited to specific populations and contexts. So guys, this article shows that communication problems are not only related to student learning English, but also happen in a real life situations, such as communications between parents and school. And different language background can affect how people receive information and participate in educational environment. Therefore, school needs to consider language difference to create a better communications for students. Okay, next to the third article is Vietnam's EFL teachers' beliefs and practice. So, the content of this article is this study explores teachers' beliefs and classroom practice in teaching speaking skills. And the benefit is provider insight into teachers' teaching strategies and supportive professional development. And the strength uses mixed methods and involves 52 teachers from 12 universities. Wow. So, and the weakness is limited to Vietnam's context and relies on self-report data. So, this article is focuses on the difference between what teachers believe and what they actually do in the classroom. For example, teachers might agree that speaking practice is important, but some factors like classroom size, curriculum demands, or limited time can make it difficult to apply communicative activities. So improving speaking skills also depends on supporting teachers and the learning environment. And the next article is students' willingness to communicate, or WTC, in using AI technology in English speaking practice, written by Zhou, Xie, and Wang in 2025. It's 1 year ago. The content on this article is the study investigates students' willingness to communicate using AI technology in English speaking practice. And further benefit is enhances willingness to communicate, provides instant feedback, and supports autonomous learning. And the strength is uses a mixed method design with 143 participants. And guys, this article is also have our weakness is limited generalizability because it focuses on one university context. So this research shows that AI can help students become more active in speaking because they can practice anytime without feeling pressured by other people. AI gives students the chance to improve gradually. However, because the research was conducted in one specific environment, further studies are needed to see whether the same result happen in other contexts. Okay, the next article is linguistic and non-linguistic barriers to English speaking skills among EFL learners. The study examines linguistic barriers such as vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, and also non-linguistic barriers such as anxiety, shyness, and low confidence. The benefit of this article is helps identify students' speaking difficulties and support teachers in improving speaking instruction of students. And the strength is combines linguistic and psychological analysis and uses statistical evidence. And also the weakness is small sample size and limited scope might affect generalizability. This article explains that students' speaking problems do not always come from a lack of knowledge. Sometimes students actually understand English, but they are afraid of making mistakes or feel less confident when speaking. This means teachers need to focus not only on the language improvement, but also on creating comfortable environment where students feel safe to practice her speaking skills. Okay guys, next to the sixth article is developing classroom speaking activities from theory to practice by Richard G. C. in 2008. The content is this article discusses how to design effective speaking activities in EFL and ESL classroom based on interactional, transactional, and performative speaking functions. The benefit is provides a framework for teaching speaking skills and help teachers create a meaningful activities. So the strength is gives clear theoretical concept and practical teaching strategies. And also the weakness is it mainly theoretical and does not provide experimental classroom data. So the article focuses more on how teachers can plan speaking activities effectively. The main idea is that speaking activities should have clear purposes. For example, students might speak to interact socially, exchange information, or perform a presentation. So teachers should not only ask students to speak, but also design activities that match real communication needs. So next to the seventh article is ChatGPT 40 as an AI peer assessor in EFL speaking classroom. This study investigates ChatGPT 40 as an AI-based peer evaluator in EFL speaking classroom, focusing on scoring reliability and feedback quality. The benefit is provides consistent feedback, supports learner autonomy, and reduces teachers' workload. And the strength is use mixed methods and provides evidence about AI in speaking assessment. Also, the weakness is AI still has limitation in understanding emotion and cultural nuances. This article shows a newer development in language learning, where AI is not only used for practice but also for assessment. Students can receive feedback faster compared to traditional assessment. However, AI cannot completely replace teachers because human judgment is still important, especially for understanding meaning, emotions, and context during activities. The teachers is very very important better than AI and anything else. So the next article is the influence of think pair share or TPS on improving students' oral communication skills by Raba et al. In 2017. The study investigates the think pair share strategy to improve student oral communication skill, participation, and confidence. The benefit is creates a low anxiety speaking environment and encourage collaborative learning. The study shows improvement in speaking performance and includes teacher insight. Also, the weakness is small sample size and limited cultural context. Think Pair Share or TPA strategy works by giving students preparation time before speaking to others. This can help students who usually feel nervous because they do not have to immediately answer alone. Through discussion with classmates, students can build ideas and become more confident for speaking in other people. And the ninth article is improving speaking skills through interaction in oral classroom participations by So and W in 2005. This study investigates the effect of participatory instruction on students' speaking skills, participation, motivation, and confidence. The benefit increases students' confidence and encourages active communications. Uses experimental and control groups to measure improvement to build a strength. And also the weakness is focused only on Taiwanese university students and has limited generalizability. This research emphasized that students improve their speaking skills when they actively participate in classroom activities. Instead of only listening to the teacher, students need opportunities to express opinions, interact, and practice communications. So the study shows that participation itself becomes an important part of learning speaking skills. So guys, for the last article is same as the six articles, but in this articles is a batch 3 from the six articles is developing classroom speaking activities from theory to practice by Richard Gizzi. This article discusses developing effective speaking activities by focusing on interactional, transactional, and performative speaking functions. And the benefit is help teachers design meaningful activities and support communicative language teaching. Provides practical application and covers different speaking activities type to build a strength. And the weakness is the framework does not fully discuss digital and AI-based learning environment. So this article is similar to the previous record article because it focuses on classroom speaking activities. However, the limitation is that the framework was developed before the rapid growth of digital learning. So nowadays, teachers may need to combine these traditional approaches with technology-based activities. So guys, finally we have arrived in the last session. In this summary is correlation of 10 articles that I have read. And there I got 5 things in my in article that I have read. There is technology and AI speaking, teacher belief and practice, barriers learners psychology, classroom strategy and participation, and the last is language communication diversity. In these 5 points, they are article that I have read and I have mentioned on it on the point. In technology and speaking, article that I have read is article 1, 4, 7. In teacher belief article, there article 3, and the classroom strategy participation in article 6, 8, 9, and 10. In barriers and learning psychology, there's article 5, and in language communication diversity, there's article 2. After comparing all 10 articles, we can see that speaking improvement requires different approach. Technology helps students practice then and receive feedback. Classroom strategies encourage interaction. Meanwhile, studies about barriers remind us that students also need emotional support and confidence. So, improving speaking skills is not only about learning vocabulary or grammar, but also about creating the right learning environment. And yep, guys, that is the end of my presentation. Through these articles, we can see that improving English speaking skills requires a combination of technology, teaching strategies, and understanding students. Thank you for attention and listening to my summary explanations. See you guys. Thank you.